When I first met Mark Brandt, one of the things that impressed me about the music he was doing, as well as the other performers that he was bringing into the studio, was their desire for precision in what they were doing. It was obvious to me that they were going a level above some of the other people who had been in the studio. They were trying to achieve some ideals in music that are very hard to do. One of the things in anyone's music, but especially Mark's, is that there are some very difficult passages to perform. And Mark, who may have lived with the music for years and has worked out every possible way to play it and come up with the best combination of playing, can go in and play a tune start to finish without a mistake. Now, it may not have the exact feeling he wants, and he may do another take to get the feeling as well as no mistake.
The short version.
I know. All right. All right, man. We are good to go whenever you're ready.
The Doctor Is In actually features 3 chords. Originally, I got the idea from the 1-4-5 progression, very common to rock and roll music. So we'd have an A, in this case an A, and a D, and an E7. And you could do that forever, and lots of people do. I like doing that too. And that can be a lot of fun. I was playing with that for a while, and I started thinking, what if I overshot that E7 and went for an F and kind of changed things up a little? So I began to do that. I thought the nature of the chord kind of calls for a little bit of a pause rather than going back directly. So now I had a whole new thing developing. And after a little bit, then I started to actually improvise on that and try to create some energy and maybe think of a melody. As I was going through that process, I was sitting in the studio I taught at in Fairfax, actually in a store, well, the same place I met Dan Leonard, actually. And there was another guitar teacher there at the time who was studying to become a doctor. And so he was using his student teaching income to help pay for his way through medical school. And he came in the room, knocked on the door, and I stopped playing, and he asked if he could come in and just sit and listen for a while. So I kept on playing, and then after I played for a while, we talked a little bit about the tune and the chord progression. And to make a long story short, I told him that I was writing some music that I was going to consider doing with Dan Leonard, and I hoped to actually do an album with Dan, duo project. And so this guy's name was Eric Schramm, actually, and Eric told me that he liked this piece so much that he wanted to make sure if I ever recorded it with Dan, he would want to buy the album. And he was really enthusiastic about how this sounded and how the piece was going, and had lots to say about the progression. So I thought, well, I told him right there on the spot, if I get this done and record it, I'll not only give you a copy, but I'm going to name the piece after you. So that's actually how the tune got its name. Eric is now a doctor, and he was studying to be one then. I always called him a doctor then. So there you have it. The doctor is in.